Have you ever stood at a window, watching the world move on without you, and wondered when your season of joy would finally arrive? Have you ever felt the quiet ache of a heart that believes in the light, yet finds itself surrounded by shadows? It is a lonely feeling, a silent question whispered into the stillness of the night. When will it be my turn? You have given so much, tended to so many other gardens, and poured your spirit into depleted soil, hoping for a bloom. And yet you look at your own life and see the lingering frost of past disappointments, the weight of silent struggles. You carry a faith that feels heavy, a hope that has grown tired. You see glimpses of happiness for others, and you celebrate them. You truly do. But a tender part of you asks, what about me? This feeling is not a sign of weakness. It is the cry of a soul on the verge of its dawn. It is the deep, rumbling discontent that always precedes a profound transformation. The emptiness you feel is not an absence of good, but the space being cleared for it to rush in. Your season is not a distant dream. It is here. It is now. And it begins not when the world changes, but when you decide to see that it already has. Breathe in, and let us begin this journey inward. The world outside has its own rhythm, its own noise, its own relentless demands. It pulls at you, tells you who to be, what to want, how fast to run. But here, in this sacred space we create together, we will honor a different rhythm, the rhythm of your own soul. For so long, you have been told that to receive, you must strive, you must chase, you must prove your worthiness through exhaustion. You have looked for blessings in the grand gestures, the lottery wins, the sudden dramatic shifts that movies are made of, and when they did not come, a quiet disappointment may have settled in your heart. Maybe you have been looking for a roar when the universe has been speaking to you in the rustle of a leaf, in a stranger's gentle smile, in a song that plays at the exact right moment. Maybe you have been waiting for a lightning strike, when the divine has been communicating through the soft glow of the morning sun, promising a new beginning every single day. Good things are not always loud. In fact, the most profound and lasting blessings often arrive on silent feet. They begin as a subtle shift in your perception, a quiet knowing in your heart, a feeling of peace that you cannot quite explain. Think of it as learning a new language. At first, the words sound foreign, the patterns unrecognizable, but you listen, you pay attention, you open yourself to the meaning behind the sounds. You are learning the language of your own spirit, the dialect of the divine. The universe is constantly communicating with you, sending you signs, guiding your steps, and whispering encouragement. It speaks through the sudden idea that feels like inspiration, the unexpected phone call from a friend you were just thinking of, the feeling of being protected in a moment of near miss. These are not mere coincidences. They are conversations. They are the first drops of rain before the gentle, nourishing shower. Good things are not just coming, they are already here, speaking a language you are now learning to understand. Your only task is to become a better listener, to walk through your day with a new awareness, a new openness. Look for the small wonders, the way the light filters through the trees, the warmth of a cup in your hands, the genuine kindness in the eyes of a passerby. These are the footnotes of a beautiful story being written about you. These are the affirmations of the universe, telling you, yes, I see you. Yes, you are on the right path. Yes, good things are happening. But to truly receive, we must have open hands. Imagine you are trying to walk along a beautiful, sunlit path, but you are carrying heavy stones in your arms. The stones are old hurts, past failures, the voices of critics you internalized long ago. They are the weight of regret and the burden of what if. With your arms so full, how can you receive the gifts being offered to you along the way? How can you feel the gentle breeze or reach out to touch the flowers that bloom just for you? You cannot. Your journey is made difficult, not by the path itself, but by what you insist on carrying. Maybe this feels familiar to you right now. Have you ever found yourself replaying an old hurt, giving it prime real space in your mind, day after day? Have you ever nursed a grievance, keeping it warm with your attention, allowing it to poison the well of your present moment? If this touches you, know this: you are not alone in this human tendency, but you are also not powerless. You do not have to carry those stones forever. Letting go is not an act of violence or dismissal. It is not about pretending the pain never happened. It is a gentle, compassionate act of self-love. It is looking at the stone in your hand, acknowledging its weight and the story it represents, and then consciously choosing to set it down on the side of the path. You can thank it for the lesson it taught you about strength, about resilience, about what you will no longer tolerate. And then you release it. You release it from your mind, from your heart, and from your spirit. You do not disrespect the lesson. You honor your own healing. Visualize a room within you, a sacred inner chamber. For years, perhaps it has been filled with dusty relics of the past, broken promises, faded photographs of who you used to be, judgments from others that you have mistaken for your own. Good things, new blessings, vibrant opportunities. They are like rays of sunshine, waiting to fill this room, but they cannot enter if there is no space. They cannot enter if there is no space. They cannot illuminate a room that is cluttered with shadows. Today you can begin to gently clear that room. With every breath out, imagine yourself dusting off an old belief that no longer serves you. With every moment of peace you choose, you are opening a window, letting fresh air circulate. You are not withdrawing in bitterness from the world. You are returning to your center to heal it. This process of release creates a vacuum, a sacred emptiness, and the universe, which abhors a vacuum, will rush in to fill it with love, with light, and with blessings more beautiful than you can imagine. Good things need space to land, and today, with courage and grace, you are creating that sacred space within yourself. Now that you have begun to clear the space, let us speak of the energy you will cultivate within it. Your soul is a temple. It is the most sacred place you will ever inhabit. What have you been placing upon its altar? Have you been offering sacrifices of fear, worry, and self-doubt? Or have you been lighting the candles of faith, trust, and self-compassion? The world can only reflect the vibration that emanates from within this temple. If the temple is filled with the frantic energy of lack and anxiety, the world will mirror that back to you in the form of scarcity and struggle. If the temple is filled with the calm, radiant energy of peace and worthiness, the world will rearrange itself to bring you experiences that match that serenity. Maybe you are feeling this right now, a deep weariness from trying to force doors open, from striving and pushing and clamoring to be seen. What if your only task today was to tend to the light within your own temple, to trust that the right doors will open on their own, drawn to the warmth of your inner flame? Power does not scream for attention, it simply is. Your power lies in your stillness, in your unwavering belief in your own inherent worth, a worth that is not earned through accomplishment, but is yours by divine right. Tending to your inner temple is a practical, daily devotion. It is in the words you speak to yourself when you look in the mirror. Are they words of criticism or words of kindness? It is in the boundaries you set. When you respect yourself enough to say no, peace returns like a long-lost friend. You do not owe your constant availability to a world that often takes without asking. Not every battle requires your participation. Not every voice deserves your response. Silence becomes a sanctuary when the world gets loud. You are not being passive. You are being wise. You are conserving your sacred energy for what truly matters: your growth, your healing, and your connection to the divine. This is active faith. It is not a listless waiting for things to happen to you. It is the conscious cultivation of an inner environment that is ready to receive. It is preparing for the guest of honor, which is the blessing you seek. You prepare by making your inner home beautiful, peaceful, and welcoming. You speak life into the rooms of your heart. You affirm your worthiness even when you do not feel it. You act as if the good thing has already been granted, and you are living in the gratitude of its arrival. This is the frequency of receiving. It is a quiet confidence, a gentle strength, a peaceful knowing. You are aligning yourself with the energy of the universe, becoming a magnet for the miracles that have always had your name on them. And now let us speak of time. Perhaps the most difficult part of the journey is trusting the timing of your life. You see others on their paths, seemingly miles ahead. You see celebrations, announcements, and arrivals, and you wonder, when is my time? The pressure of the modern world tells you to hurry, to achieve more, faster. It creates an illusion of a single timeline, a single race that everyone must run. This is one of the deepest pains, the feeling of being left behind. If you have ever felt that you are falling behind, that time is running out, I invite you to place a hand over your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel its steady rhythm. That is the clock of your soul. It is not fast or slow. It is perfect. It is divine. It beats to a rhythm that is yours and yours alone. Your journey has its own sacred pace, its own divine timing. Think of a magnificent rose. You cannot force its bud to bloom by prying its petals open. To do so would be to destroy it. The bud must unfurl in its own time, prompted by the sun, nourished by the rain, guided by an intelligence far greater than our own impatience. Your life is that rose. The good things that are meant for you are woven into the fabric of your becoming. They will arrive not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. They will arrive when you are truly ready to receive them, when you have done the inner work to sustain them. A blessing that arrives too early can feel like a burden. Trusting this process is an act of profound surrender. It is releasing the need to control every outcome, to plan every step. It is understanding that even when you feel lost, you are being led. The detours, the delays, the moments of stillness, they are not punishments, they are preparations. In those quiet moments, your roots are growing deeper, strengthening you for the magnificent bloom that is to come. When the followers fall away, your faith must remain. You are not withdrawing in bitterness. You are returning to your center, to the truth of your own divine clock. So when the voice of anxiety whispers, "It's too late," answer it with the gentle wisdom of your soul. I am abiding in divine timing. All is well. Good things are not just happening, they are unfolding in a sequence more perfect and beautiful than you could ever orchestrate. Your season is coming. Trust the journey. Finally, the greatest shift occurs when you learn to see the good that is already here, woven into the fabric of this very moment. For so long, your focus has been on the horizon, on the future blessing, on the happiness that is out there, but this constant forward gaze can blind you to the beauty at your feet. Imagine your awareness is like the surface of a lake. When it is agitated with the winds of worry and future tripping, the water is murky and the reflection is distorted. You cannot see clearly, but when you allow your mind to grow still, when you bring your full presence to the now, the surface of the lake becomes like glass. In that stillness, it perfectly reflects the vast blue sky, the sturdy trees on the shore, the gentle clouds drifting by. All the beauty that was already there becomes visible. Gratitude is the practice of stilling the waters of your mind. It is not a platitude or a chore. It is the radical act of seeing what is instead of what is not. It is looking for the evidence of grace in your ordinary day. Perhaps the good thing today was not a promotion or a winning lottery ticket. Perhaps the good thing was the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of rain against your window, the fact that your body is breathing without any effort from you. Perhaps it was the strength you found to get out of bed, even when your heart felt heavy. These are not small things. They are the bedrock of a life steeped in grace. Have you ever cried silently, unnoticed? Let me reframe that for you. In that moment of profound sorrow, a good thing was happening. Your soul was cleansing itself, releasing pent-up pain. Your heart was proving its incredible capacity to feel and to heal. You were surviving. That is not a small thing. It is a miracle. When you feel weak, the good thing is the spark of resilience that still flickers within you. When you feel lost, the good thing is the inner compass of your soul that is always, always pointing you back home to yourself. You are not waiting for good things to happen to you. You are waking up to the good things that are happening through you and for you and within you right now. Your perspective is the paintbrush that colors your reality. By choosing to see the love, the grace, the small, persistent miracles, you are actively painting a masterpiece of a life that feels blessed. You are sending a powerful message back to the universe. I am ready. I see the good you have already given me, and I am open to receiving more. This is the final alignment. This is the state of being where you no longer chase blessings, but instead you become a living invitation for them to find you. So breathe deeply now into the very core of your being. Let this breath be a line drawn in the sand. On one side lies the past, with its waiting and its wanting, its shadows and its doubts. On this side, where you stand right now, lies the beginning. The waiting is over, not because the world has changed, but because you have decided to. This is the moment of your sacred turning. This is the moment you reclaim your power, not by fighting the current, but by becoming one with its divine flow. Let the words that follow be not just sounds, but a vow you make to your own soul. Let them rise from the quietest, truest place within you. Let us pray. O Divine Spirit, Universe, God of my own understanding, today I return to myself. I come home to the temple of my own heart, and I find you there, waiting for me. For so long, I have wandered in the wilderness of my own fear, believing I was alone. I have carried the weight of yesterday as if it were my only inheritance. I have listened to the voices of lack and convinced myself it was the truth. But today, my wandering ends. Here, now, I lay down the burdens I was never meant to carry. I release the need to understand every why. I surrender the frantic urge to control the how and the when. I forgive myself for believing I was unworthy of my own dreams. I let go. I let go of the struggle. I let go of the resistance. I let go of the story that said my joy was somewhere in the distance. With this breath, I am swept clean. And into this sacred space I have cleared. I invite you to dwell in the corners of my mind, and replace anxiety with a divine peace that stills the troubled waters. Dwell in the chambers of my heart, and transform old grief into a profound compassion for myself and for all. Dwell in my body, and let it become not a source of judgment, but a sacred instrument of light and healing in this world. I consecrate my eyes, that they may see the evidence of your grace everywhere. I consecrate my ears, that they may hear the whispers of your guidance. I consecrate my hands, that they may become extensions of your love. I am your vessel. I am your temple. I am open. And so I declare that I am in perfect divine alignment with the rhythm of my own life. I trust the timing that is unfolding for me. I release the illusion of the race, and I embrace the sacred pace of my own becoming. I am no longer looking outside for validation, for my worth is sealed within my very essence. I am a magnet for miracles, both great and small. I am attracting opportunities that honor my spirit and nourish my soul. I am attracting relationships that are built on truth, respect, and mutual growth. I am attracting abundance in all its forms: health, love, joy, and prosperity. The energy I radiate is one of faith, peace, and worthiness, and the universe joyfully mirrors this back to me. Therefore, I claim this truth, not as a future hope, but as a present reality. I am worthy of all the good that life has to offer. Good things are not just coming to me, they are flowing through me. My heart is open, and I am ready to receive. Every day, in every way, my life is getting better. I am guided, I am protected, I am loved. My spirit is being renewed, and my path is illuminated. Unexpected blessings find me with ease and grace. Joy is my natural state, and I return to it now. Everything is working out for my highest good. Feel these words now. Let them move beyond your mind and settle into your bones. Feel the shift in the very cells of your being. Feel the lightness in your shoulders, as if a great weight has been lifted. Feel a warmth spreading through your chest, the gentle glow of your own inner light, rekindled and bright. This is not imagination. This is your rebirth. You are not just speaking affirmations. You are activating the truth of who you have always been. You are not hoping for good things. You are the space where they are born. You are not seeking a miracle. You are becoming one. Carry this peace with you now. Let it be the anchor for your soul as you move back into the rhythm of your day. Remember the feeling of this moment, the lightness, the clarity, the quiet strength. This is your truth. This is your new center. Return to it whenever the world feels loud, whenever doubt begins to whisper. You are not the person you were when we began. You have been renewed. Walk forward into this day, not as someone who is searching for the light, but as the one who carries it within. Let it shine from your eyes and warm your words and guide your steps. The universe is responding to who you have just become. Watch for the signs. They will be everywhere. I'll be back soon with a new message to strengthen your spirit. Subscribe to stay with us. Until then, go in grace and know that you are deeply and completely loved.